he needs a farm name. So if you guys want to drop a comment in the comment section on what your suggestions would be, let us know.
We will definitely be buying a different tape measure.
Yeah, we will be buying.
This is just a rough estimate. This is nowhere near probably what he is going to score once we have one that's accurate. And
he's right at his 1 year mark, so he's only a year old. He's got amazing horns for only being 12 months old. He was born on 11/11 of last year, so a year and 2 weeks, and he's already getting after some of these girls. Alrighty, so we've got some new sheep that we've got separated. Some of these sheep are related to the registered ram that we got yesterday, so we just separated them off to make sure that he is not with any of his direct sisters. His direct sisters are back here, and we're going to breed those to our full-blooded Texas black belly sheep. So we've got them here. We're about to put some tags in their ears. These 4 white ones have tags in their ears already, just so we can differentiate, because they look identical to each other. But we'll cut those out and put in some of our ear tags to make sure they fit a record system. So we'll get to it. All right, so we've got 2 different color tags here that we're going to be using. We're going to put black tags in these guys' ears. There's 11 of them, I believe, including the ram. So you guys can go in there with us and see us tag some of these sheep. Some of these girls had pretty overgrown feet, so we're gonna get them manicured up and turn them out. We had a pretty nice set of shears for this.
but someone decided.
Someone, yes.
Decided to use them as tree trimmers and broke them in half.
And they snapped somehow. So we're using these pair of dikes right now, and they work just fine.
That's what it is. And the fact that they're very tiny.
But they get the job done. Alrighty, so we got most of them tagged. We got 2 more to go.
I messed up. I put the wrong. Nick hid some tags from me, but it's okay because they all will be tagged.
So now they're not in order.
That's okay though, Kai.
And I'm anal about records, so.
Oh well, who cares? They're my sheep. For the record, these are my sheep, not Nick's. He has the goats. I'm doing sheep.
Say again.
This is my little sheepy. She's all white. She has a little brown on her. She's kind of small right now. She's a baby. We're gonna put a new tag in her ear with our logo. It's officially Bear Family Farm Sheepy.
And these are this is just a handwritten tag. It's got her registered number, and I think that's her dam's registered number.
Because she was all white, like a couple of these, so it was impossible to tell them apart unless you raise them. So he was able to tell us who was who, and they do have a little bit of marking on them. Like she's got a little brown on her ear, so that helped with the photos. But we wanted to be sure that we didn't get them mixed up, so that way we know who is who and who's related and whatnot, so we don't have any crossings. So now we're gonna take this thing and cut this out of her ear. Nick's picking it up. Hand me that. I want you to sit more on your butt. Because we call this the John Cena. Normally I make Dick do this, but I'm trying to do it myself because I'm a powerful female. But I might need you, Nick. Come hold her head. That's better. It's bleeding. They just got tagged yesterday, so they get their new tags today. So there she is.
We got 1 more.
Uno más. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't write her number down. 344. And then Miss Snow. going to be 353. Okay, you dropped mine. Hello, Miss Snow.
You want to hit a vein.
So you just kind of feel around in there.
Go a little crazy for a second, but
It's a little pinch, but I'll always be able to know who she is. But if she rips it out, then she has to have a new one. Okay, first set done.
alright, so now we're gonna take these over there with, actually while we have the ram back there, we're gonna go ahead and measure him if I can find something to measure him with. But we looked last night on the Painted Desert Sheep Association page, and we found out how to measure these rams to see if they're gold status. I believe the minimum inches added up needs to be 94 inches and 4/8. So we'll see what he turns out to be. We'll see if we can get some of it on tape. I'm sure we're not going to get all of it, but we'll post a little picture that we found here on how to do it. Alrighty, so we've got him in a trailer here. Easiest way to work him is going to be in, or get the measurements on his horns. He's a sharp looking fella. He has a registered name, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but he needs a farm name. So if you guys want to drop a comment in the comment section on what your suggestions would be, let us know. We don't have the greatest measuring device here. We have a fence deal, but this will work for now. I don't think he's gonna get to 94 and 4/8 yet, but he's probably pretty close, or hopefully, but we'll see. The first step to this is getting the length, total length. You go down the middle of the horn here, right here, and you just follow all the way down to the tip. So do that on both sides. So that's what we're going to do. Tyler's going to do the one on the right first, since that's the one that's most exposed.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
Since
And it's measured to the nearest 1/8 inch. So that's half, 6.5. So that's probably 8.
right horn is 18.5.
Yep. Or 18 and 4/8. We're going to do that for the same on the left horn. The next step after you get the length of the horns, you're going to get the circumference of the base where the skull, I guess, meets the...
Without the hair touching.
Without the hair touching. So that looks like it's right at 6 inches on the left horn circumference. And we're going to do that for the right side as well. Now the next step is going to be taking the longest length horn and taking half of that. So the longest length horn is this left horn, and it looks like it's at 18 and 7/8. So
we're going to take half of that.
We're going to take half of that down from the base of the horn down to wherever that stops, and we're going to take the circumference there, and then we're going to do it on both sides for that measurement. Alright, so Tyler's got her halfway point, and she's getting the circumference at the left horn at the moment.
6. And that was his left horn?
Yes. So we're going to go down to our halfway point, we'll get the circumference.
We will definitely be buying a different tape measure.
Yeah, we will be buying.
This is just a rough estimate. This is nowhere near probably what he is going to score once we have one that's accurate. And so he's 6 there.
6 inches at the halfway point, and he's got 9 inches at the base of circumference. So then all those numbers get added up, and they come out to be, so this ram's only a year old, and he's scoring around 70 inches, so he's still got some time to go. Maybe in another 6 months he will be closer to that, Like we said, it's nowhere near official. Our little measuring device isn't the greatest. We're gonna order an official, actual one that is easier to use. But he scored about 68 inches. Still got,
oh my God.
Still got a ways to go. But we're gonna let him out.
Over there.
So as we said earlier, he's right at his 1 year mark. So he's only a year old. He's got amazing horns for only being 12 months old. He was born on 11/11 of last year, so a year and 2 weeks. And he's already getting after some of these girls. Some of these girls won't breed, they're way too young. But these bigger bodied ewes will get covered, and we'll have some late spring registered lambs. So we will definitely be starting to advertise those. If you guys want on the list, let us know. We're going to have these, as well as some commercial crosses with our other full-blooded Texas belly or Texas black belly sheep that we're going to cross over the other painted ewes that we have. The only reason we have these sheep in this little dry lot scenario is just so they can get used to our faces for the next month or two. Let them get used to our faces, their voices, and then they will join the rotations in with the Spanish goats. We'll be running them with the Spanish goats, but we wanted to let them get accustomed to their new environment and get used to us, and then they will join the sheep and goat herd. So we're going to use green tags for this next group. That way we know black tags are going to be non-related to the registered ram. Alrighty, so we have the other half of the ewes tagged. There's probably 2 or 3 billies in here that need to go back to the billy pasture, but all of them are tagged. Majority of these are desert painted sheep, but we do have some mixed breeds in here that we got recently as well. So we're definitely revamping the sheep herd, or the sheep flock. Primarily, you can see all the paint, but we do have all these that we got that are registered, all related to the ram that we got. So for the time being, we put this Barbados ram in here with them, and they'll get covered by him for this first cycle. And we're pretty happy with what we've seen come out of the other desert painted ewes that we had when we crossed him over them. Some of those lambs are running around. There's one right there. So hopefully we get something similar to that coming out of these, and then we'll switch back over to we'll get another ram here in the future. But we know anytime we see a green tag, we know that those are directly related to the big ram, or the young ram I should say, the 1-year-old ram that we have.
Okay, so we chose these 2 different color tags based on who we can breed in our registered group and who is going to be our small commercial group. So the green tags will be more of a commercial side of things, where we can breed them to a Barbados or Dorper or whatever we would like at the time. But the black tags, they will have registered papers, and we'll keep them with all the painted desert rams, so that way those will be a part of the registry. So that's all we're doing there, to kind of make it easier for us to see when they're bunched up who belongs where, and if we need to separate them, it's easier to separate versus having to go through pictures and look at what spot is shaped which way to make it who's who, because some do look very similar, especially when you get sisters and things like that. And so we want to make sure we're breeding who we want to breed to them. And there's one of the babies. she said that's enough, but she just fed him. And then, so all these guys, the little guys did not get ear tags yet. Their ears are still pretty small, and so we're gonna wait on tagging them. And then we have over here, my favorite sheep, Hot, get an ear tag. Gertie, are you happy? She's eating some leftover Sudan. Huh? Hey. You can tell she's real bothered. Fine specimen.